Whoa, dude, that's sick. This has just been phenomenal. So I have to say, it did exactly what I wanted it to do beautifully. Okay, building. I'm very impressed. I'm extremely impressed. This has just been phenomenal. All right, today is a big day because Gemini 3 has just dropped, and I love Claude Code. I use Claude Code for everything, and every time something new comes out, it's always interesting and it's cool, and I keep an eye on it, but nothing has made me switch. I've been ripping Claude Code every day for months now, and it's been the best. So what I really want to find out today is, can Gemini do the job? So I'm here on Google's AI Studio, and this is all built into the browser. So first things first, if you're a beginner with vibe coding, then you're gonna love this because you could literally just write a prompt and get going. Similar to Lovable, but made by Google. So anyways, I've heard some really great things about the UIs that it generates, so that's really what I wanna figure out today. We're looking at this screen and let's just jump right into it. So we've got some ideas, Nano Banana powered app. And something cool is usually I have to set up all this stuff, go set up an API key, bring that in, worry about the security of it. I assume Google can do that all on its own because it's all owned by Google under the same roof. So I'm literally just gonna say, make me a Nano Banana image generator for emojis. Let's do that, like a Nano Banana emoji generator. They should be in the style of iOS emojis. Let's go ahead and see how that does. Let me write my prompt right now. All right, can you make me a nice one-page emoji generator with Nano Banana? The emojis should all be in the style of iOS emojis. Very simple prompt, let's see. So here we are, and while we're waiting for this, let's just go ahead and explore some of the things that we have. So we've got preview, and we've got code. So we can see the code, it's got its own built-in IDE, which is pretty cool. I can make it full screen. I can switch the device size, that's awesome. Okay, reload. I can save it. I don't know, does it save automatically or what? Okay, that's something I'll have to keep an eye on. Hit download. Now, this is something I think is cool. They have deploy app. So if you're someone who uses Lovable, for example, I haven't used this yet, so this is like my first thoughts. But anyways, I assume you could just hit deploy app, send it on the internet, and you're good to go. But let's say you deploy with something else, like I usually deploy with Vercel. I'm just used to it. It makes sense to me. I can just save it to GitHub. And I wonder if this is like an export situation where it's gone and then you have to work on it with something else, or if you can just do this and it pushes it to GitHub. We're gonna explore all of that in this video because my goal is to see if this can replace Claude Code for me. All right, so it made something and this looks pretty nice. I have to say this looks nice. I love the glow around here. Little error over here, not error, but issue where, the padding up here and down here is more so than what's here. That's easy to fix. So let's use this example, a cyborg hamster eating a taco. Well, look at that, it's even creative. Let's say a cyborg hamster eating a taco. And I haven't created any API keys or anything. So I suppose this created an API key for me. Cooking up your emoji. Emoji Gen iOS. I gave it a name and all that. This is whoa, dude. Cyborg hamster eating a taco. This is more like clip art than an emoji, but that's sick. All right, so I also heard it's got these annotation features. So let's add an arrow and go over here and be the top and bottom space around the button are too big? No. The space on the right is too small. It should match the top and the bottom. All right, there's my prompt. Let me write it up. All right. It has fixed it. That is absolutely awesome. This looks great. I mean, UI-wise, I don't know what more I could possibly want out of this. Yeah, I could tweak it, get some branding and stuff like that, but this is just a first look video. So I have to say, it did exactly what I wanted it to do beautifully. I'm gonna try one more thing, and don't get your hopes up. You know that glowing effect? So right now we have a shadow, but you know the glowing effect where there's a little glowing line going around the input? I wanna see if it can do that. Now usually with Claude Code or something like that, I wouldn't even ask for that just because it doesn't make any sense. If I told a developer that, they probably would have not the first clue what I'm talking about. So I don't expect AI to know either, but I really want to see if it's that good. It made a great UI, but is it good at understanding UI? So I'm going to try to explain that in a prompt. And if it does it, I'm going to I'm already very impressed, but I'm going to be beyond impressed. Okay, so it actually made it, but it also made my input 100 viewport height. That's hilarious. I don't know why it did that. So I'm equally impressed and confused. So let me go ahead and tell it to fix that. All right, so I'm not sure if I love or hate this this input right here. But anyways, it did what I wanted it to do, and it's no longer giant. So let me get out of this thing right here, see if it works again. Let's go ahead and say like an idiot vibe coding an app and see if it can do that. Vibe coding an app. Let's see what kind of emoji it makes for that. It's just gonna be a picture of me. It's just gonna like move this camera thing of me over into the emoji. And yeah, if it can do that, then we're gonna get into the deployment thing. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, the hair color is a bit different, but other than that, that looks about right. That's actually like, graphics wise, that's super cool. Oh, it saves recent generations too. I don't even think I asked it to do that. Okay, building. I'm very impressed. I'm extremely impressed. Like, I don't want to sit here and tell you I'm going to stop using Claude Code and I'm going to start using Gemini, but like, I'm going to be giving it a little bit more shot, and that just might happen. Now, if I go ahead and do like mobile, I can see what that looks like. This has just been phenomenal, right? Okay, so now I can download the app. Let's go ahead and hit deploy and see what happens. So deploy app on Google Cloud. I have to create project. Let's just go ahead and say like test emojis and hit create project. I'm interested to see how difficult this is. Okay, test emojis. Yeah, let's go ahead and click on that. You must enable billing for this to proceed. Okay, all right, well, I'm not gonna do that right now in this video, but let's go ahead and click on save to GitHub. Okay, so I have to sign into GitHub. Let me do that, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so we have this now. I've logged into GitHub, and it has this already written for me. What changes did you make? 15 changes. Really nice UI. And I'm just pushing this to GitHub now. We're uploading your changes to GitHub. Excellent. And what I'm gonna do in the meantime is try to deploy that via Vercel. Okay, no changes to commit. I really enjoy this, like, it's a kind of like a pushing experience that's similar to like publishing to Webflow. You know, instead of like people who are brand new to vibe coding, it might seem confusing, especially with the commands. And so this just makes things so much easier. So anyways, I've got my Vercel account open here. I'm going to add a new project, and hopefully we can find this Gemini 3 testing, import that. Okay, so this is with Vite. Vite? I don't know how you call that. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna hit deploy. Now, one thing I'm assuming is environment variables. I'm assuming, hopefully I would need to add those in. If not, then Google just went ahead and like added those directly into my project. I'm gonna ask it, where are my environment variables stored? All right, so it added my API key in an unsafe way, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I thought I had like access to everything. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, I went to deploy it to Vercel, and I'm looking at this page right now, and as you can see, there's like absolutely nothing on it. So there is still some stuff that needs to be figured out, definitely both on my end and maybe on Google's end as well. But at the end of the day, what I wanted to do is test this for you guys and see my thoughts. Could this possibly replace Claude Code for me? And honestly, I have to say yes. I'm not saying it's going to, not like, oh, I'm done with Claude Code, you know, like that Toy Story meme where he, like, I don't want you anymore, throws Woody into the abyss.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Not that. I'm not done with Claude Code just yet, but this has been impressive and smooth enough for me. I need to figure out, like, maybe I just need to add billing, and then it's better to just deploy it straight up via Google. That's the best way to go, and not use Vercel. I don't know. I think there's some other things I need to figure out, but the actual results from this vibe coded app have been wonderful. It's got all this Google stuff integrated right off the bat. So super impressed. Go ahead and try it out. There's a link in the description if you want to try out this exact same thing. So anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.